In this video today, I'm going to go over how you can stake your Theta and T Fuel. You can see that the last time I did this was back July of 2020, and it has really changed, so I need to update the videos, and that's what I'm going to do today. Where you can start is right on the bitcoinacademy.io, and under member pages, T Fuel and Theta staking hows and whys. And this video will end up here, but that's what I'm doing right now today. But what you can do is click on thetatoken.org. It will take you to the thetatoken.org page. And what you're going to want to do is click on Wallet. Once you get here, I'm going to only show you through the web wallet. I think it's the easiest way, the most secure. I'm doing it with a Ledger hardware wallet. My recommendation is either a Ledger or a Trezor, but it's up to you. So we'll click on Web Wallet, and we don't want to use a key store, mnemonic phrase, private key. Those just seem very unsecure. And we're going to click on Hardware. I'm going to show you with a Ledger. Click on Ledger, and then Connect. And here we have, we're going to go down to this one. And here is where we're going to start. You need to have a minimum of 1,000 Theta and a minimum of 10,000 T Fuel to stake. But that's not a big issue because we meet both minimum requirements. But just one thing to remember, when you start to stake your T Fuel, do that secondary. Do Theta first because you're going to need T Fuel to stake your Theta. I've done this before. I've moved things and then I'm like, oh, I need my T Fuel to either stake or move my Theta. So start with the Theta first. What we're going to do is click on Theta. Oops, sorry. We're going to click on stakes. It's been a long day. And we're going to say deposit stakes. Now, here is where you're going to need to make a selection. Right now, it's going to be against the Guardian node. Don't worry about the validator. And then we'll do the Edge node, and that is for T Fuel later on. But let's first go to the Guardian node. And what we're going to need is a Guardian node summary. You're asking yourself, well, where do we find that? So what we're going to do is actually go back here. Sorry, I should have set this up. And we're going to go to Theta Communications. We're going to click on that. We're going to say Theta Staking. And you can do this with any Guardian node. Right now, we're really recommending Theta Communications. They have a lower rate than Gpool, plus Gpool just killed all their T Fuel staking. So we've in the binge team selected Theta Communications. You can go down here. I'm not going to show you the one-click delegation. I'm going to show you the Guardian node summary here. So go ahead and highlight, do a copy, then go back to this where we were on thetatoken.org in the wallets. And we're going to go ahead and paste. And sometimes you might see an error. I'll show you an error. If you put a little bit of a space in there, like, oh, why is it giving me that red error? Well, it could have been that you copied too much of, or a space before or a space after. So we'll get that space out of there. And then what you can do is go ahead and click on Max, and then Next, and then Confirm. And then you'll look at your hardware wallet and it will say something like review transaction. Now, because the way this was originally created, when you review the transaction, it's going to be blind signing and you're not going to see anything. It's just going to go ETH0, address 00000. You're just going to have to click through and trust and say accept and send, and it will go through. It'll take a while. Some people have freaked out. They're like, oh my gosh, it's taking so long. Sometimes it will. Sometimes you'll see this spinning and you'll forget to check your hardware wallet to approve all of that. So after that has been sent to the blockchain, it will go back to the staking area, and I'll show you where it's going to end up. So here we have it. Actually, sometimes you get here and it shows nothing, and then you need to wait just a little bit, and that's where people usually freak out. So we're done with our theta. We're going to next move to, you can see there's no more theta here. We're going to move to T Fuel. Now, T Fuel, you have a maximum of 500,000 that you can stake on each edge node. And then there is a minimum of 10,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click stakes. We're going to do deposit stake. And then instead of Guardian node, we're going to do edge node. But you're asking yourself, well, where do I get the summary? That is a very good question. If you're using your own edge node at your house or work or something like that, you're going to have to get the summary from there. If you're with the binge team and you want to follow our recommendations, you're going to go to Theta Communications. Now, here's the thing. Right now, we have batch 1, batch 2. We actually have 4. We're working on number 5. So we have a lot of people staking their T Fuel. When you click on this, you'll go to batch 2 or wherever, and you're going to need to have a password. Well, I'm not going to give that out on YouTube. You need to be a member. Please join us at the bitcoinacademy.io, and we can do that. But what I am going to do is I am going to show you how to complete that process. And let me get a summary, and I'll be right back. Okay, to get the summary, what you're going to want to do is click on Theta Communications under More. Right now, I'm not showing any batches that actually have anything left, but what I am going to do is show you for all the Bitcoin Academy members is you click on this, you put the password in, which I'm not going to show, and then you hit go. And this will take us to the list of edge nodes. Now, they're still working on this, and these shouldn't be here because they've already been used. But if you were going to use it, now I'll work on an addendum to this video, but I need to get this up so all our members can get their T Fuel staked as soon as possible, because there's just a lot of turmoil going on out there. So what you would do is you would go ahead and click on this. They're actually working on it so there's just a one click, because it is a little bit hard. You'll go ahead and say copy, and then you would go back to, here, and this is for the edge node. And let me get one that will actually work. We're going to put the edge node summary here. We're going to put max, but then you got to remember you have to have some T Fuel to actually make the stake. It's 0.3, so we're just going to leave 2 in there. Remove that to 3. We're going to say next, and we're going to say confirm. And then we're going to go ahead and look at our ledger or treasurer, or however you decide to do it. We're going to review the transaction, and we're going to accept and send. We're going to wait for the process to complete. See, now it doesn't show up here right this second, but in just a couple seconds, hopefully, you'll see that your T Fuel is there and staked. Withdrawn? No. If you went through, in the next video I'll do, we're going to unstake this so that you can see how to unstake it. It's pretty easy. And there we go. There is the 10,000. And if you decided to go ahead and purchase more T Fuel, you would need to stake it against a different node, most likely, because this node will have then been filled up. So if you want to add, you're going to need to go through that whole process. Unlike some of the other blockchains out there, like ADA, you can send all your ADA to be staked and it will automatically be staked because it's the wallet that's staked and not the tokens or coins. And the same with HBAR, that type of thing. But with Theta and T Fuel, you need to go in and manually add that. The interesting difference, for Theta is if you go ahead and stake more Theta, let's say, I bought another 1,000, then I would need to go through and do that. And it would just take it right into this Guardian node if I used the same Guardian node. If I used a different Guardian node, then there would be 2 different Guardian nodes here. And the same is going to be for your Elite Edge node. This one has 10,000. If I wanted to add a 500,000, then I would add another 500,000 and I would see it in the list here. Thanks a lot, everybody. Oh, we'll just go back here and there's some Levita that was earned. But there we have it. If you have any questions, please feel free to add comments down below at thebitcoinacademy.io. This is going to be posted on YouTube, but I won't leave the comments open there. Thanks a lot.